Hey everyone, this is B with To Be Fruitful Training Group. All praises to the Most High. And today I'm going to be covering something that most people probably haven't taken a look into. So I'll be covering the equity maxims and their roots in the Torah and the Tanakh. So in case you were unaware, the Bible has been acknowledged as the Word of God. That is Public Law 97-280. So there is congressional acknowledgement. It isn't just some, religious doctrine, even though many religions do involve these different elements of the Torah and the Tanakh in them. So what I'd like to cover today is really just the maxims and how they actually arose. So most people don't understand that these principles or tenets of chancery applications of equity realistically stemmed from Proverbs, Wisdom of Solomon, and Ecclesiastes. So the first one, equity abhors fraud, and it says Proverbs 11:1, a false balance is an abomination to the Most High, but a just weight is his delight. Wisdom of Solomon says, beware of murmuring, which is unprofitable, and refrain your tongue from backbiting, for there is no word so secret that shall go for naught, and the mouth that belieth slayeth the soul. Fraud, false weights, and deceit in speech, they're all condemned as destructive. He who seeks equity must do equity. Proverbs 21:3. To do justice and judgment is more acceptable to the Most High than sacrifice. Wisdom of Solomon 1:15. For righteousness is immortal. Equity isn't a plea for mercy only, it requires your own life to reflect righteousness. You have to actually take action. Equity looks to the intent, not the form. Proverbs 16:2. All the ways of the man are clean in his own eyes, but the Most High weigheth the spirits. Wisdom of Solomon 7:16. For in his hand are both we and our words, all wisdom also, and knowledge of workmanship. Form means nothing. Intent, spirit, and true motive are what the Most High weighs. Equity will not suffer a wrong without a remedy. This is an excellent maxim. Proverbs 24:12. If thou sayest, behold, we knew it not, doth not he that pondereth the heart consider it? And he that keepeth thy soul, doth he not know it? And shall not he render to every man according to his works? Wisdom of Solomon 12:15. For so much then as thou art righteous thyself, thou orderest all things righteously, thinking it not agreeable with thy power to condemn him that hath not deserved to be punished. And that was speaking of the Most High in Wisdom of Solomon. Injustice never stands without response. Remedy is built into the Most High's nature. And this is due to the scales of justice, the scales of equity. Some people call it karma, some people call it other things, but that's really what it is. Equity delights in equality. Proverbs 22:2. The rich and poor meet together. The Most High is the maker of them all. Wisdom of Solomon 6:7. For he which is the Most High over all shall fear no man's person, neither shall he stand in awe of any man's greatness. For he hath made the small and great, and careth for all alike. Every soul stands equal before the Most High. No status, wealth, or power can alter that. Equity regards as done that which ought to have been done. Proverbs 13:4. The soul of the sluggard desireth, and hath nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. Wisdom of Solomon 11:20. But thou hast ordered all things in measure, and number and weight. Intent and diligence do equal outcome. Equity acknowledges a faithful effort as already binding. So another maxim that ties into this is equity imputes an intent to fulfill an obligation. So equity regards as done what ought to be done. Proverbs 16:3. Commit thy works unto the Most High, and thy thoughts shall be established. Wisdom 11:20. Thou hast ordered all things in measure and number and weight. Equity will not suffer a wrong to be without a remedy. Proverbs 24:12. Shall not he render to every man according to his works? Wisdom 12:15. Thou orderest all things righteously. We covered that. Equity aids the vigilant, not those who slumber on their rights. Proverbs 6:9-11. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? Thy poverty come as one that travelleth, and thy want as an armed man. Wisdom 6:12-13. Wisdom is glorious, and never fadeth away. Whoso seeketh her early shall have no great travail. Equity imputes an intention to fulfill an obligation. Proverbs 20:7. The just man walketh in his integrity. His children are blessed after him. Wisdom 1:6. For wisdom is a loving spirit, and will not acquit a blasphemer of his words. Equity acts specifically and not by halves. Proverbs 11:3. The integrity of the upright shall guide them. Wisdom 11:21. Thou canst show thy great strength at all times when thou wilt. Equity regards substance rather than form. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Most High weigheth the spirits. Proverbs 16:2. Wisdom of Solomon 7:22-23. In her is an understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, clear. Equity abhors forfeitures. Proverbs 11:24. There is that scattereth and yet increaseth, and there is that withholdeth more than is meet, but it tendeth to poverty. Wisdom 11:23. But by little and little thou correctest them that offend. Equity does not require an idle gesture. Proverbs 26:4. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou also be like unto him. Wisdom 1:5. A malicious soul, wisdom shall not enter. Equity will not assist a volunteer. Proverbs 19:2. He that hasteth with his feet sinneth. Wisdom 8:18. Great pleasure it is to have her friendship, and in the works of her hands are infinite riches. Wisdom is talking about wisdom. Here, volunteer means an intermeddler without standing. Equity respects trusts. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children. Proverbs 13:22. Wisdom of Solomon 7:27. Being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. Equity regards the beneficiary as the true owner. Proverbs 28:27. He that giveth unto the poor shall not lack. Wisdom of Solomon 6:4. Because, being ministers in his kingdom, ye have not judged aright. This is a particular important one. Equity will not equity will not perfect an imperfect gift. Proverbs 20:14. It is not, saith the buyer, but when he is gone, then he boasteth. When he has gone his way, then he boasteth. Wisdom of Solomon 14:31. It is not the power of them by whom they swear, but it is the just vengeance of sinners. Equity will not allow a statute to be used as a cloak for fraud. Proverbs 17:23. A wicked man taketh a gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment. The Wisdom of Solomon 2:10-12. Let us oppress the poor righteous man, let us not spare the widow. So they knew, a long time ago, even back then they knew, and intended to do certain evils. Continuing. Equity follows the law. Whoso keepeth the law is a wise son. Proverbs 28:7. Wisdom of Solomon 6:18. Love is the keeping of her laws. Where the equities are equal, the law prevails. Proverbs 29:26. Many seek the ruler's favor, but every man's judgment cometh from the Most High. The Wisdom of Solomon 7:28. For the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. Between equal equities, the first in time shall prevail. Proverbs 8:22-23. The Most High possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his works of old. Wisdom 9:9. With thee is wisdom, which knoweth thy works, and was present when thou madest the world. And we covered that 19. And equity will not suffer a man to take advantage of his own wrong. Proverbs 17:13. Whoso rewardeth evil for good, evil shall not depart from his house. Wisdom 12:22. Therefore, whereas thou dost chasten us, thou scourgest our enemies 1,000 times more. So these are different maxims that show the true origins in the Tanakh. So this is something to take note of. So equity is not just something that this is bygone doctrine. Equity is the living intent of the laws and is truly known more so as wisdom. So those other things in Chancery that they used to promote and codify are simply things that have already been stated and set forth by the Most High. So I hope this was useful and I hope this was informative. This is, something that people should pay attention to. Again, this is not legal advice, not financial advice, not tax advice. Do your own due diligence, regardless of who presents the information. All rights, titles, and actions or interests reserved without prejudice ab initio. If you do need to contact me, let's say for a consultation, or you want to find out more about this type of equity, please feel free. I will have my information in the description. Other than that, this is B with To Be Fruitful Training Group. All praises to the Most High, and I'll see you on the next one.